Nice to see you back.
Yes, I know, I couldn't resist. Yeah, your hospitality is really quite excellent.
Thank you.
Thank you. Is this Nana in?
Yeah, it is, yes.
Thank you. Oh, thank you. Wow, so, thank you so much. Welcome to Afro World View Women in Focus. Today we're joined by none other than the esteemed, acclaimed gender activist and also a businesswoman, Nana Magomola, and she's also the owner of Summer Place Boutique Hotel, which is where we're situated and located today. Thank you so much for joining us. Talk us through Summer Place Boutique Hotel, which is exquisite, by the way.
But first of all, let me thank you for really creating this opportunity. We are very excited about this hotel. Summer Place Boutique Hotel is 20 minutes from OR Tambo. As some of my friends say, this is the center, the area is a center where we are, the center of Ekurhuleni. We have in this place 44 executive suites, luxury suites, and we have 3 conference rooms, we have a gym, we have a swimming pool, and what attracted us to making the investment in this place is the gardens. These are some of the most luxurious gardens I personally have seen. And by the way, I have worked in the area of gardening, so I know what I'm talking about. So the gardens are beautiful. So this place is used for conferencing, obviously for accommodation, because that's what the business we're in, but also for weddings and birthday parties. And we have all sorts of things happening here. We are lucky that the majority of our clients are South African corporates, but also we get international guests. We are on booking.com, on Expedia, on hotels.com. So we have an interesting variety of people who come to visit the hotel.
And as you were saying, it's a natural progression because you had worked in the international space and primarily in tourism. How did this opportunity come about? Was it something that you were looking for? Was it something that you procured from scratch?
I just believe that in life, the right things come to you at the right time. I've been in business for many years. I've been a corporate executive. And of course, I have been chair of the Limpopo Tourism Board for about 10 years. And so tourism is something that I've always been aware of. So when the opportunity came for us to invest in this hotel, it was a no-brainer for me for several reasons. People may not know. Every 6 tourists that come to the country create 1 job. So in terms of job creation, we are tourism products, so we are helping to create those jobs that are there. But also, the investment for us was to look at how we can help develop our young kids. I spoke about job creation, but we're not only looking at it as just creating jobs. We are looking at creating them into professionals. Later, I'll show you some of the kids that we bring on board. We work very closely with Ekurhuleni West College, where we get from them the chefs, we get from them the barmen, I shouldn't say barmen, bar people, and waitrons. And so for us, it's an opportunity for us to create that. But also, strategically, because we have conference rooms, we're using this as an area where we can have young people to come and dialogue. I have a passion for development. I develop, because I'm a woman, because I have daughters, I've developed primarily young women. So we use this also to have interactions with young people, just to share with them our knowledge, but also I believe in listening to young people, because in as much as we have lived long and we know a lot of things, sometimes there are things that you can learn from your people. So this place is not just a business for us, it's a passion.
It's a passion, and it's very homely, albeit that it is quite exquisite. It's a boutique hotel, so everything is at that level. In terms of your costings and how you position the business in comparison to already established hotels, what is the competition space like?
The competition space is tough, can I say that? And we went in with our eyes wide open. By the way, there aren't too many 100% black-owned hotels. I think you can count them in one hand. In this area, there's probably just 2 of us. So it's primarily white. So we went in knowing that we know how to do the job, but this is an area where I should speak about the importance of, if our government is serious about black economic empowerment, establishments like mine and others like us need to get government business. And I think this is the right time for me to say that, by the way, we are sustained by corporate business and not government business. 80% of our business comes from private. So you do the maths. Where is government placing its people? Because, I mean, we're competitive. You'll see the hotel yourself when you move around. So, yeah, we went in there with our eyes wide open. But this is, for me, a challenge to say, if we're saying we are developing black people, if we are saying we're talking about radical
Socio-economic
transformation, this could be one of those areas, particularly in the tourism area, where we can say this is what we have done. I mean, we're on our feet. We are really not like on our knees begging for business. We are there, but it will set a good example for government to say this is one of the products that we have developed and improved.
Let's talk about the key pillars that will enable that radicalism, where black people will emerge with successful businesses and we don't have the fatalities or casualties 5 years down the line, things are not working. Talk us through firstly in terms of leadership, what you see is lacking in the country.
Sometimes I think we speak, but we don't act. That's why in my talk last week I spoke about authentic leadership. You know, if we are saying that we want to transform this country, we want to transform Africa, we must think about authenticity. Will tell you what do I really believe in. You know, I don't just talk. Whatever I say, I also do. So what I personally see is sometimes we do a lot of talking and very little. And also, can I say, sometimes we do have people in leadership positions, but they're not leaders. So as a result, they are in those positions, but they're literally acting. Because if you're authentic and you're a leader, because leaders look at what they can do for other people, not about what they can do for themselves. For me, this is something that I think we should be looking at. The other pillar of really, really working on this radical transformation, we are forever lamenting access to finance. We ran into that. We put in our own money here, by the way. And for us to recoup our money, we need to get business from government. Because here, right now, we are not in a begging bowl. We're saying we're here, we've put our money. Can you support us? So this is another area where it's a two-way stream. But can I say also, which is now being my experience, is government is very clear about we will do business with black people. State-owned enterprises, I mean, I know some of the CEOs in the chair, they speak it, but the problem is below. The people that are supposed to make it work are not making it work. And for me, I'm saying there should be a way where at that level, the people below must report directly to, probably even at the board level, to show exactly how much business they've given to black people. They've taken them from point A to point B, but they must be supported by statistics, not just like, hey, we supported, but you don't. So this is another area where I think we should look at. But also now developing businesses. It's not a matter of just throwing in the money and hoping things will happen. It's hand-holding, mentoring. Then go, instead of allowing them to fall, find out early enough about how you can assist these black entrepreneurs who are wanting to really to make a breakthrough.
I want to pick up on the authentic leadership that you spoke about, in the sense that you would need to know who you are, what your strengths, weaknesses, all of that is. You also spoke of Don Laka and the journey that he has traversed in trying to gather African knowledge or wisdom systems. Mm-hmm. Talk us through the importance of that for you.
You know, it's a common statement that people make. To know where you're going, you should know where you're coming from, right? So you should know knowing who you are means it's talking about you as a person, but also your heritage. If you don't know your heritage, you will not know which journey you should follow. I'm going to come back to the Don Laka story, but basically, if you don't know your heritage, you don't know. It's like an eagle. An eagle not knowing that it's supposed to be up there in the sky, but it hangs out with the fowls at the bottom, so it's up in there. So knowing who you are is quite important. So for me, Don Laka's, listening to him, and I bought his book, and actually I'm giving away his books because it really resonated with me. Because Don Laka spent 30 years of research. So the stuff that is in his book is not something that he woke up one morning and wrote. And what also is important is he's taken pictures. So the pictures are authentic. You can go back yourself and go get those pictures. I happen with my husband and my daughters, we were lucky enough also to go and visit Egypt. Some of the stuff that he's talking about, we have actually seen it. So it's talking about knowing your heritage. If you read that book and many others that are similar, Knowing Yourself, you'll see that we as African people have always been able. We knew long before Jan van Riebeeck came into this world. We already had our architects. I mean, in the conference I spoke about the kingdom of Monomotapa, the kingdom that stretched from what was then Rhodesia, Zambia, Transvaal. I'm using the old terminology. Before white people came, he had that kingdom. And he knew that for him to be successful, for instance, one of the things that he stressed Mutapa is his name, Kingdom of Monomotapa. He stressed governance. I mean, you're talking about governance there. Those more than 14th century, 1440, by the way, that's when Monomotapa was established. He was already talking about governance. At the time, we talk about mining now, he had established 4,000 mines. Beneficiation, they were already beneficiating. International trade, remember I still have to come back and say in 1440 they're already dealing with international trade. Why am I stressing that? I'm stressing that to say that we have also created as a people. Going back to Don Laka's book, he talks about Kemet, which we know today as Egypt. That existed 40,000 years ago. Already during that time, there was orthodentistry. The bridges were done by black people. Kemet was black people by the way. It was not an Arab country. It was a carrot of Kemet, people who looked like you, maybe even darker than me. They also did prostheses. You know what prostheses are, right? There are pictures.
Limbs.
Artificial limbs. Yes, those many years ago we had artificial limbs. And you, Miss Fashionista, they had fashions. They were sold. They made clothes. And the main women of that time were already also into makeup. They did wear wigs that were made by like African wigs, and braids. Braids come from that time. So what we are right now, it's a little bit of who we really, really need to go back and understand and know who we are as a people.
All right, so as you show us around this beautiful establishment and getting to the inner Nana Magomola, take us back to that village girl who had dreams, who never knew how she was going to escape her own adversities.
The core of who Nana Magomola is actually evolved. Sometimes you grow up not being sure of who you are, and part of what gets you to not who you are is when you hear too many noises. There will be noises that will be positive, but there are sometimes noises that are negative, who will actually get you to doubt yourself. But if you get to where you really start believing in yourself, listen to the more positive words. Don't listen to the negative people, because the negative people, honestly, they must just be out of your way. Listen to those people that think you are somebody and believe them. Because if you hear too much of the negative, you tend to believe them. But I'm saying listen to those people that say you're good, because by the time they say that, that's because they've seen something in you. So I'm lucky that I was raised by a mother who made us know that we are somebody, made us believe that, we can do anything we want to do. And I must say I'm also lucky that I was raised by a feminist. I mean, my mother was born in 1910, if you can understand that. 1910 feminist. So as a result, I grew up knowing and believing in myself. But what was also very important was getting the education. The emphasis on education. There is no success without education and hard work. But as you get older, you tend to, at least now you start to understand that you have to focus, because you can't do everything. You have to know who you are. Literally have a vision of who you are, what you want to do, and who you want to be, and focus on that. The reason for focusing is sometimes so many things come your way. They all look good. But if they are not meant for you, please let them go. Just decide what you want to have as a focus. If it's business, decide what business you want to be in, so that you don't run around when somebody says here's an opportunity, you go. Somebody says here's an opportunity, you go, and in the end you have not amassed anything. But also for those people that are in an executive career, job hopping is not a good idea. Because with job hopping, you do not get an opportunity of developing and really harnessing the skills that you should be getting. Yes, job hopping is not a good idea. But the one thing that I always emphasize is to find yourself a mentor. All successful people have had a mentor. You know, I know sometimes people think it's difficult to get a mentor, but I can tell you right now, here and now, there are many of us out there who are really wanting and are happy to help other people develop. I was asked, you know, what do I live to do now? My legacy right now is a legacy of developing young people, developing young women in particular, because if we do not develop tomorrow's leaders, then we are doomed. So developing people is what I live for. I do a lot of philanthropic work. By the way, one of the things that I have done is to help raise money for the Nelson Mandela Children's Hospital. That's one of the biggest things that I have done. I'm quite proud of it, where Dr. Nelson Mandela came to us with the dream of saying, let's build a hospital, a critical care hospital, because in South Africa, we do have critical care facilities for adults, but not for children. You know, those helpless people who need it do not have a facility. So we have it, it's up and running, and I'm proud of that. Another one of my proudest achievements was to create a women's leadership program, developing young women, well, young, 40 is not quite young, but yes, in their 40s, who were in middle-level career. We put them through a program, and some of them, as I speak now, they've gone off to start their own businesses. Some have gone on to become CEOs of companies. We ran this program under the International Women's Forum. In the 5 years that I was responsible for it, we churned out more than 200 young women who went on to become somebodies. That they were always somebody, but they became even bigger somebodies. So that's what keeps me alive, that's what keeps me awake, and I feel very privileged.
If you had a magic wand to fix South Africa in the context of the history that we come from and the aspirations and promises of democracy, what would you do?
The biggest thing for me was to get African people to believe in themselves, know that they are good, they have been there before. As Malcolm X says, if you are people who know that in the past you have been excellent, you have done all the great things, if you can know that you once did it, you can do it again. For me, it's just for us to remember that we have been excellent people. We have been diverted for a while, but hey, this is time for us to wake up. But when we wake up, also you must wake up and start doing things. You know, as they say, if you want your dream to become a reality, you must first get up so you can do the work. So that's my dream. Of course, work hard, get your education, and really, really, really believe in yourself. I cannot emphasize that more.
My name is Blessings Mvula. I'm the hotel manager here at Summer Place Boutique Hotel. Summer Place Boutique Hotel is owned by a lady. Her name is Nana Magomola. It's actually the first black-owned hotel in Eastland here. As you can see, the salinity, it's very beautiful. We normally cater with accommodation, conferencing, functions, and we've got a pub as well. So this is a very beautiful place. Everyone can come.
My name is Zandile Masinga. I'm from KZM Tubatuba. I'd like to welcome you to our kitchen at Summer Place Boutique Hotel. Today I'm having my students as well from EWC. They're here doing their practicals. I'm trying to teach them what I know. Not much, but the little that I know, I'm trying to teach them.
Okay, so tell us about why you're here.
We're basically here for training for in-service industry kind of thing. It's for the hours. Yes. So that's why we're here to gain more experience about the hospitality industry.
How's your experience been?
It's been really well. It's been really great. We've learned a lot of things, how the hotel works, how the industry, housekeeping, and all that stuff. So it's been really good.
It's been very great things, and we love our chef.
Yeah. Yes, the chef.
Yes, it's been really great, and we enjoy being here, and we learn a lot because one day we would like to own a place like this one. So
and run a kitchen.
And it's very nice to be in the kitchen.
I'm Portia Kanyile, and I am a receptionist here at Summer Place. I've been working here for 5 years. So I started 2012 and I'm right through till now. Summer Place is a very lovely place, a getaway place if ever you feel like, spending some time with your family, and this is the right place to come to. We're very welcoming staff and very friendly. So we've got overseas guests that usually book here with us. They always enjoy their stay when they're here with us. We've got also local, guests, national guests coming through as well with their families. We've got a beautiful swimming pool. It's a 5-star hotel.
So it's been a wonderful day spent outside of the office or the studio. We're here at a Summer Place Boutique Hotel in Germiston. Really grateful to host Nana Magomola, the owner, and her very hospitable staff. We were made to feel at home, we're relaxed, we are fed, and quite happy to return here. So if you decide to make your reservations, let us know your experience, and you can tell us about other wonderful women and the strides that they're making in various sectors in society. And you can send your recommendations to assignment@afrotone.co.za. From myself, Cindy Mabi, and the technical crew, we are abundantly blessed.